Hello there! I'm back in my lovely refinery room. You have no idea how long it took me to mine all this out. As you can see, I've made another tank, an even bigger one this time, 5 by 5 by 4. That's going to be where the fuel goes. This episode isn't going to be all tubes and engineering again, but I do need to get this done. And my rule is that I can't do things until I've shown how to do it on the show. So I'm just going to very quickly, knock up a refinery. And so there's 3 regular Buildcraft tanks, a diamond gear, which took 4 diamonds, and 4 gold for that matter, and I now have no diamonds left, but it'll be worth it. And then 2 redstone torches. And there's my refinery. Now, if I've set everything up properly over here, and I may have done, now, ideally, that will now pump oil into the refinery. The refinery now has power coming in, and this will pump the fuel. Do we have some oil coming along? We do. This will pump the fuel into this new tank. The power seems a little intermittent. I do have my biogas generator running, so there should be enough. But the refinery is a bit of a beast and uses an awful lot of energy. But that does appear to be fuel coming out and heading along into the tank. And this, it's basically petrol. This is packed with energy, and when you use this in a generator, you'll get crazy amounts of power out, even more than I'm getting out of my biomass generator. So anyway, I'm just going to let that run its course now. That should just work. And I had to do this because my oil tank was full, so I can't really do much. Well, I guess I can turn that pump back on now. That the oil well clearly had far more oil than I anticipated. I mean, because that's 576 buckets of oil in there. This one can hold 16,000 buckets. Sorry, 1,600 buckets. So that should take a while to fill up. Although those are milli buckets. It's measuring it in. So let's go and do something else. Rah! Many, many wonderful things have been happening in my tree farming department. These are silver limes, like those ones over there. One of the very early trees I bred. But I managed to get the apple gene to leap over from an apple oak onto them, and so they have apples now as well. They're great and doing quite well, but even better, over here, I have orchard apples. These ones, the apples aren't ready straight away. As you can see, they're slowly ripening. I told you an untrue thing, it turns out, in the last episode. I said that you could only get the cherries from these hill cherry trees if you used a forestry device. But it turns out that, once again, you just have to be patient and let them ripen. And I've got a few over here that I have been ripening for this purpose. These should be ready to go. As you can see, they've got a little. Once they turn red, and it's quite nice wood as well. You could use those logs for all sorts of things. And I'll just chop this one as well, and then I shall let them decay. And these are beech trees. And once again, I think I haven't tried to cut one of these down yet while letting things ripen, but I should get beech nuts out of those. Oh, here we are. I've hit the jackpot. Cherries everywhere. The funny thing with cherries, I put them in the squeezer because I was trying to make fruit juice. But you don't get fruit juice, you get seed oil, which rather gummed up my my tubing and I made a bit of a mess until I'll show you in a minute. Anyway, I'm just going to hang around and scoop up all these cherries, and then I'll show you what's going on. The silver lime with the apple gene is particularly useful because it's twice as sappy as a regular apple oak. And it seems to be giving me just as many apples, really, if not more. So, well, it's got more leaves, so that's pretty much why. So that means I'm getting twice as much biomass out of the saplings. So let's just run along here. I've been breeding these different trees pretty much through pure brute force. I've not done anything remotely clever, other than just plant the trees and have beehives in the area. So, right, as you can see, I've had to make a slight adjustment, because, see, I put the cherries in the first time, thinking that it was just going to be another fruit, and it would make fruit juice. But no, I was wrong. Cherries turn into seed oil, which is brilliant stuff, and that's really good. They give I think 200 millibuckets of seed oil, which is 60 millibuckets of seed oil, which is 3 times as much as an actual seed. But they won't go into the fermenter, so I had all this yellow gloop floating around in here, and it gummed everything up. But by sticking another tank on the side, eventually I managed to get it all to go in there. But I'm probably going to have to build another squeezer for dealing with seed oil, because this isn't really a very good long-term solution, because I will just end up getting everything gummed up and one sort of liquid queued up behind another one, and then you end up with a massive traffic jam. And that's just not what you need. But at any rate, one thing I did discover is these wonderful things called wax capsules. If I just grab a little bit of wax from my centrifuge, here we are, beeswax. Because I've got so much of this stuff. If you've been working with bees, then you have more beeswax than you know what to do with. But once you learn this recipe, it suddenly becomes, obviously you can use beeswax just to make waterproofing for your pipes, which is useful. But yeah, a row of 3 beeswax will give you three wax capsules, and then you can use these just to move liquid around. I'm not sure where I'm going to get some from right this moment. I can probably... Oh, we can do it here. So at the moment, this has got, well, about 6 millibuckets of biogas. By sticking the capsules in there, I can just remove the biogas into the wax capsules. And where I'm so inclined, I could put it back in again by using them over here. But of course it hasn't got room. But what it's allowed me to do is just have a very easy way of storing various liquids. So I've got some seed oil there, I've got some juice there, and a whole load of biomass. And I've also you can do it with fuel and oil and whatever you like. The capsule's only one use. You'll lose it once you remove the liquid again. But that's fine. I've got more wax than I know what to do with. Once I start harvesting beech nuts, I think that they give even more seed oil. I'm going to need all this seed oil for building apiaries, and later on alvearies. Alvearies are a huge multi-block bee house that you need for the really good stuff. But making those is a massive job, and I will need much seed oil and other bits and pieces. Right, I think we're more or less up to date with how the tree breeding's going on. The bee breeding proceeds apace, but I haven't got any particularly new species to show you. I have got some very nice specimens, mind you, and I might show you some of that next time. Need to be sorting out a combustion engine for using all this fuel as well. But I think for today, that's probably enough to be getting on with. I'm hoping to upgrade to Minecraft version 1.6.2 fairly soon, but I'm still waiting on a few more mods to update. Whether they'll all update, I don't know, and it might cause a slight cataclysm and a bit of death and destruction around here when I attempt it. But we'll see how that goes. But there's no rush. On that. At the moment, I'm quite happy that my build is stable and not giving me too much trouble. At any rate, I'll see you next time. Take care. what happened was that the sap, the seed oil came out, went in here, refused. Oh, crikey! Now I've gone and broken it because the seed oil was trapped. I have broken things. I've broken things, ladies and gentlemen, completely.